So it works. It works if you work it. And as licensing brokers, I always say it's important to really understand, the numbers. So I had a chance over the weekend to really break down just Aloha Laundry Life. And we have obviously a portfolio of companies, but I wanted to be specific on Aloha and what we've done year to date. So I looked at the numbers year to date, and our marketing department really consists of Aaron Kozin, and Brian is just doing a great job really creating marketing and creating leads, because you need the leads, right? I mean, the leads are the lifeblood of the business. So year to date, we've had 546 leads come in. I'm just talking Aloha specific here. And a lot of it, believe it or not, a majority of that has come from one ad that's posted in numerous markets through BizBuySell, where we get a lot of leads from this one ad. But there's other ads out there, but 546, probably below average as far as, on a monthly basis. Always have room for improvement when it comes to leads. And out of those leads, we've had 240 deals. Now, that doesn't mean, and just for those that don't know what we consider a deal is someone, a prospect that you've called, had a conversation with, had an opportunity to do a presentation, and then that prospect was ready to take the next step. So that's what we consider a deal. So in your CRM system, when you have a prospect and you've talked to them and you set the table, you've had a presentation, then they're converted over to a deal. So I can look on my CRM and see the deal. These are people that I've talked to that are going my way. Now, out of those, how many of those turn into a proposal where they're getting a license agreement, they're seeing what the price is, the revenue streams, this is the full picture. So about 1 out of 3 of those deals turn into solid proposals. And I say, again, that's taking somebody through that sales process. Currently, we have 12 deals closed. That's around 14%. By the end of this month, that number will probably be 15 to 17. So between that 15 to 20% range on closing percentage, that's not a bad percentage. You certainly, if you can get it over 10%, you're doing above average. So 15 to 20%, you're doing 20%, you're phenomenal. That's really what you want to shoot for. And the total amount of these license contracts, $445,000. And what that works out to is each deal is on average is $37,000 plus, a little over 37,000. So the numbers are the numbers. So here, my takeaway on this is, always look for how do you improve on these numbers? Well, you certainly, I think it's obvious that you want to generate more proposals, right? When you're talking to somebody, because here's what I find is that when you talk to somebody, sometimes they don't do the due diligence. They don't look at that initial email, the meat and potatoes, so to speak. That if they're not looking at that material, they're not taking it serious. Why would I go to a proposal if they haven't even looked at the initial information? So again, there is some improvement there. And again, closing percentage, if 15 to 20%, I'll take that all day, every day. And dollar amounts, 37,000. That's okay. Always room for improvement on bigger deals. And I think with Aloha, as the company evolves and operational revenue goes up, I think you'll see that average per closed deal go up as well. Any questions, comments? Questions or comments on those numbers? Pretty straightforward. All right. So year to date, you're looking at 445,000. The CV, and for those that don't know, that's commissionable volume, because when you sign up a contract, let's say you sign up a licensee, usually there's a 50% commissionable volume. So half of that number goes to advanced licensing. That's what brokers are paid on. Where does the other half go? Well, the other half goes to the company, to Aloha, for operational cost, materials, advertising. That's how we fund. The company was funded not by a venture capital company or private equity company. They were funded from selling licensed territories. So that continues. Now, at some point, as they ramp up operations, I think the operational revenue will outstrip the revenue from selling territories, but that might be a year or two away. There is still millions of dollars of inventory just in this company here. So out of that CV, remember, at a 30% contract, that's a $66,000 commission. That's a nice part-time gig. You're looking at, over six figures on an annual basis. That's what to be expected, as a broker. These are minimum numbers. This isn't overachieving by any means. I think that we're going to have brokers making $250,000 a year. It's this number times two, puts you in that 250 range. That's pretty powerful. That's some serious do-re-mi.